Hello people, this is Power here to review the Kamen Saber DX Tategami Hyoujuu Senki Wonder Ride book. So this is the Wonder Ride book of Blade's presumed final form, because he didn't get one in Trio of Deep Sin. But I'm okay with this form is fantabulous. So yeah, this is his final power-up that he gains as a whole. And then, as you can see here, the Wonder Ride book here, the open book within the sword driver itself, the beautiful shots of the actual suit. Man, like, look at it. like they actually cared for once. Obviously, you get all the story announcements and such. No, I didn't. It's in this interesting rectangular box. I commend that. Like, and then like all the functions, but like, guys, they actually have suit pictures. Like, this is amazing. Oh my gosh! Like, this isn't even a Premium Bandai like object item, and like, look, 3 different pictures. Like, yeah, this is the same picture here, but I don't care. They actually took the time to take pictures of the suits. Because look at this mess. So here we have the Wonder Ride. So here we have the Wonder Ride book out of its box. I should probably state this is the first item of Bandai's that where they no longer include, well, retail item that no longer includes Rider retail item that no longer includes instructions, because remember, this thing still includes paper. So they're being hypocrites. And again, premium items obviously have to include them. But yeah, this book is pretty impressive. The size of this thing is immaculate. I don't even know if that's a word, but I like the clear blue plastic. Like, I like this shade of blue, and I really like this white together. I just like it's essentially an ice block. That was the cover, Tategami Hyoujuu Senki. I think it's actually a different font from Lion Senki. Yeah, it seems like it, because I think even King Lion is the, yeah, similar font. But anyways, here, like, again, here's the sheer size comparison with, like, King Lion, which, yeah, it just makes me love this one more. Like, King Lion isn't bad, but, like, I don't know, it's just, the more I have this one, it's just like, what even is this? The story page obviously doesn't have one. There's like an iceberg kind of thing here. Oh, and yeah, you get wonder text here. I forgot to show this in the demo. Obviously, that's for later. I guess we can look at this now. So here's the lion mane. That's gonna split out when you transform it, or like when you fully pull out the Seiken. But I really do like the attempt at making the snowflake. It's just, gosh, that's I really do like this. But as you can see from back here, the back is kind of a weird mess. Because as you can see from here, this is a really weird Wonder Ride book to hold, because of the fact, you know, you hold it like this. So the issue I typically come with is that you're accidentally gonna constantly press the eject button or insertion button, which is kind of annoying. And then this is just sideways. It's really odd, because like, they obviously just took this but turned it sideways. Whoops. Because it's really weird that they went back to this switch mechanism, because they're very inconsistent. And honestly, I would have just preferred if this wasn't facing up. Like, they should have just kept it like this. I understand the book is like horizontal or vertical, but like, I don't know, it's just not consistent. That's my only gripe about it. It's just, it's just not very consistent. But other than that, oh gosh, King Lion. King Lion's gonna make things full. But here's the obviously Wondermark and the QR code for Gamba Rising, just out here. So we'll just take a look at the sounds now. So obviously the activation, slide this up. And as it advertised, you get 4 story announcements. So obviously you want to push this lever down. I apparently didn't press it completely. Really like that one. I also really like those two because obviously they're based off of things Rintaro will say. Yeah, so basically this is kind of the issue. So obviously pressing down this lever, you're setting this in for like you're getting this ready for the sword driver because obviously this thing needs to stay in and such. However, you want to just, you know, fold it back up and such. You're going to have to press this lever down and allow this to spin. And just, you know, simply set these back in without, you know, setting anything off and such. And we'll get this in the sword driver. Alright, so we're gonna have to, like, put this up really high because obviously, as you saw, you know, this thing's pretty huge. And we don't have a good way of demonstrating this, so obviously we're gonna have to do this weird way because we have to, like, push this down completely, but also try to activate this. Stay. So, gosh darn. Okay, so obviously, once you got this open, you're gonna set this within the sword driver in the middle, obviously, like so. Gosh darn it, why? So then you get this new ice rendition of the Nagare Standby, which I really like. And obviously, Bato. So there you get the transformation of Tategami Hyoujuu Senki, which I really like it. I thought, like, you know, at first I was like, kind of was hoping for something more like, you know, pumping, I guess, because, you know, to like more like evolved and such, but honestly, I like what they did. Now, luckily, I got the proper formation that you're supposed to get, even though I had to, like, tilt it, but you are supposed to have the Blades Rider symbol down here to initiate the transformation. Obviously, this thing goes through the rainbow, the 7 LEDs, but I didn't, it was in sleep mode, so, we didn't have to go through that. So now, you know, again, the entire look of this thing on here is, I like it overall. I think it actually, again, I just kind of prefer it. Not kind of, I prefer it over King Lion because it's just, I like the idea of a Wonder Ride book actually covering the sword driver, like making it look full, even though like the edges here aren't like filled. But like at the same time though, it's like I feel like this Wonder Ride book actually helps bulk out the driver a lot more. And like, you know, from back here it looks fine. And like again, from top view, it's not as horrendous as King Lion. Like I never liked that top view King Lion, so from a top view here, it's not like, you know, it doesn't look atrocious and such. So now, you know, as people want to say, so obviously the ability of Hyoujuu Senki is that blades can utilize the animals of the sky, land, and sea. Because everyone wants to be like, oh, he's just Rampage Gatling. It's like, or Rampage Falcon. It's like, no, not really. But, you know, be that close-minded. So, obviously, these three will have attacks. Gosh. Then this Blades symbol will also be the essentially Hisatsugeki sound. Because you can't obviously get that from here. Or you can, but he doesn't do that. So obviously to you know, change the dial, push this down. So then we get this finisher standby, to which you finish it by pushing this in. Essentially, again, the beginning of it, when you select it, will say like animal of the, then like again, air, sky, nope, animal of the sky, land, and sea kind of thing. Again, do it again. Obviously, for the finisher, you're going to have to really push it in, because you can't, like, you have to, like, push it in until, like, you know, like, it actually, like, you know, don't just slide it, you have to, like, slide and push it in, so then it actually, like, recognizes it and such. So last... I'm surprised we got all three of them in a row. Now we're not going to get this in a row, because now we need to get this one. I don't even know what I landed on. This one's just all Beast Unleashed or something like that. So again, that's the Geki sound, technically, where you get the Leo Blizzard Cascade and such. Now, you do have a Geary sound, to which you simply, again, press this. To which then, you Bato. Again, it doesn't really matter what this is. Unlike the majority of the power-up items, you can't just simply, you know, do this. Because this part isn't pushed in. This part needs to get pushed in order for it to know you know, in order for this to go through. Obviously, as you can see, this is what happens when you don't fully press it. It will just literally spin this and such. Anyways, obviously this will just do the typical, Hisatsugeki sounds, because this one in here obviously is simply that. While obviously in the Kyomu, let's move back down. Obviously, last but not least, with the Kuriyami. Sing you would or cannot see the LEDs. Obviously, this will just do that. But yeah, overall, my thoughts on Tategami Hyoujuu Senki is that this is I like the sounds overall. Like, the sounds I really do like, and such. And again, like, I like the concept of the book and such. My issues with it is this entire gimmick. This entire gimmick is kind of flimsy, because it just likes breaking. It just likes splaking. It really likes popping open and such. It's like it gets kind of annoying. And the play pattern is kind of like tedious, because obviously within the show, especially when you're wearing it, it's tedious because you have to push down this lever constantly, like while holding the book. You have to hold the book because then nothing's gonna. You have to hold the book while you lever it down, and then you have to try to push this thing in and such, which, sometimes, again, it just doesn't want to activate the sound when you want it to happen and such. So the play pattern, I think, could have been improved, definitely. This entire mechanism is kind of tedious. Again, I think it's fun, but it's just kind of annoying when you have to okay, switch, okay, nope, switch, nope, switch, okay, I got it. Then you push it in, and then it resets, especially when you're trying to do the geary sound. I don't know what causes. I don't know if it's the buttons here being finicky, or that too. Like, just holding this thing and just constantly pressing this thing accidentally is kind of annoying. But I don't know if it's the sword driver pins being finicky and just constantly moving up, or jumping, or Hoju Senki itself. This doesn't have an issue of resetting itself within the sword driver. Obviously, I don't really think that's an issue. Also, I forgot to mention this, because I literally learned about this within the demo. You can't put this in the Caliber driver or the Psycho driver. You can't, because of this portion, which kind of shocked me, because I was like, you watch the demo, I was actually struggling, because I'm like, why the heck is it not going down? And it's like, oh, it can't. But other than that, I do love this Wonder Ride book. Obviously, it has a secondary writer quote unquote final form syndrome, where it's expensive to get. I had to get this for $51 off of Mercari. That's not worth it. So, good luck trying to find this. I think Mandarake should have this for $35 to $40. I don't know. I don't think it's really worth it. I think this is like a good like $35 toy, but like that's why it took me forever to get this thing. It's just I don't know why this is so sparse or sparse. I don't know, but again, I guess going back to the play pattern, it's just kind of like I don't know. Again, with the Geary sound, I'm happy it didn't happen to me here, but like sometimes when you try to do the Geary sound, for some reason, it will just completely ignore that you're trying to do that, and it will just go to the animal attacks. I don't get why, but it's just a weird thing it does. But yeah, again, that'll have to do with this review. I really do like this book overall. Good luck trying to find it for a good price. This is PowerRider, and I'll leave you people. Bye.